Have you ever woken up from a dream about someone you know and wondered, why are they showing up in my dreams? Whether it's a friend you haven't spoken to in years, an ex-partner, a current colleague, or even someone you've only met in passing, these dreams can feel random, confusing, or sometimes deeply meaningful, leaving you questioning what your subconscious might be trying to tell you. Welcome to our exploration of one of the most common yet puzzling dream experiences, dreaming about people you know. When you dream about someone you know, it's rarely just about that person. Your dreaming brain is using familiar faces as symbols, messengers, and reflections of your own internal landscape. These dreams are ultimately about you, your emotions, your unresolved issues, your desires, and sometimes, aspects of yourself you haven't fully acknowledged. Modern neuroscience has revealed that our dreaming brain processes emotions and memories differently than our waking brain. During REM sleep, the stage where most vivid dreaming occurs, our prefrontal cortex partially deactivates while emotional centers become highly active. This creates the perfect conditions for your mind to work through emotional material, often using the people in your life as representations of different forces at play within you. Let's explore the psychology behind why specific people appear in our dreams. While dreams can sometimes feel random, psychology suggests there are patterns and meanings behind who shows up in your dreamscape. When you dream about someone you know, your brain is often using them as a symbol or representation of something else. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung introduced the concept of the personal unconscious, where figures in dreams frequently represent aspects of yourself rather than the actual individuals. For example, dreaming about your ambitious friend might represent your own ambitions or your relationship with achievement. Your critical parent in a dream might embody your internal critic rather than your actual parent. Neuroscientist Dr. Patrick McNamara suggests that dreams help us simulate social interactions and relationships, allowing us to process complex social emotions and situations in a safe environment. When you dream about someone, your brain might be working through your feelings about them or using them to represent a type of relationship or interaction you need to process. There are 7 common psychological reasons you might be dreaming about someone you know. First, unresolved emotional business often brings people into our dreams. If you have unexpressed feelings towards someone, whether it's love, anger, jealousy, or regret, your dreaming mind might bring them forward to process these emotions. Dr. Ernest Hartmann proposed that dreams function as a form of emotional integration, weaving together emotions with associated images to help us process feelings we haven't fully addressed in waking life. Dreams about people with whom you have unfinished business often continue until you acknowledge and process those emotions. Second, you might dream about someone because they possess qualities you recognize in yourself, aspire to have, or need to develop. This concept relates to Jung's projections, when we see aspects of ourselves in others. If you dream about a particularly confident friend during a time when you need courage, your dream might be highlighting this quality you need to embody. Similarly, dreaming about someone you find irritating might be showing you a shadow aspect of yourself you haven't acknowledged. Third, recent exposure plays a role in dream content. If you spent time with someone, thought about them, or saw them on social media, they're more likely to make an appearance in your dreams. This ties into the continuity hypothesis of dreaming, the idea that dreams reflect our waking concerns and experiences. When you dream about someone you interacted with recently, your brain might be processing and storing information about that interaction as part of memory consolidation. Fourth, wish fulfillment remains a relevant concept in dream interpretation. Dreams can provide a safe space to explore desires that may be impossible, impractical, or socially unacceptable in waking life. Dreaming about a romantic connection with a friend, reconciliation with an estranged family member, or standing up to an authority figure might represent wishes you haven't consciously acknowledged. Fifth, dreams play a role in creative problem solving and decision-making. When you're facing a challenging situation or important choice, you might dream about people related to that decision. If you're considering a job change, you might dream about former bosses or colleagues. If you're navigating relationship challenges, ex-partners might appear. These dreams can offer new perspectives on your current situation. Sixth, dreams about others often relate to your own identity development and integration of new experiences. When you're growing or changing in significant ways, dreams might use familiar people to help you process these changes. Dreaming about a childhood friend during a major life transition might help you integrate past and present versions of yourself, while dreaming about a mentor or role model might support you in developing new aspects of your identity. Finally, attachment theory helps explain why certain people regularly appear in dreams. Our early attachment patterns create templates for relationships that influence us throughout life. Dreams often feature people who trigger our attachment systems, security figures, sources of anxiety, or those who remind us of important relationship patterns. These dreams can reveal your attachment style and help you understand your emotional responses to others. The nature of your relationship with the person you're dreaming about provides essential context for interpretation. Dreams about current romantic partners are among the most common, with studies showing that approximately 40% of young adults frequently dream about their significant others. These dreams often process day-to-day relationship dynamics, but they can also reflect deeper attachment issues or relationship concerns. Dreams about ex-partners deserve special attention because they're extraordinarily common and often confusing. A 2018 survey found that over 70% of people report dreaming about an ex-partner at some point, with 35% saying these dreams occur regularly. When you dream about an ex, your brain might be processing unresolved emotions about the relationship, or they might represent a quality or experience associated with that time in your life. They could symbolize aspects of yourself you developed or suppressed during that relationship, or you might be working through similar patterns in current relationships. Relationship therapist Dr. Nicole Harrison notes that dreams about exes rarely mean you should reconnect with that specific person. Instead, ask what unfinished emotional business that relationship represents, or what quality from that relationship you might need in your current life. Dreams about family members often tap into our deepest identity and attachment patterns. Family relationships form our first templates for how relationships work, making these dreams particularly significant. When you dream about parents, you might be processing your relationship with authority, caretaking dynamics, heritage and identity issues, your own parenting approach, or unresolved childhood experiences. Siblings in dreams often connect to competition, loyalty, shared history, and aspects of yourself that developed in relation to them. Grandparents frequently symbolize wisdom, legacy, and family patterns across generations. Dreams about friends typically relate to aspects of yourself that emerge in social contexts. These dreams can reflect your social identity, concerns about belonging, and how you perceive your place in various communities. Consider the nature of each friendship and what distinguishes this person in your life. Are they your adventurous friend? They might represent your desire for new experiences. Your childhood friend? They could connect to continuity of identity or innocence. Your intellectually stimulating friend? They might embody your thinking function. When interpreting dreams about friends, consider both the literal relationship dynamics and what qualities they represent. Dreams about coworkers and bosses frequently connect to your professional identity, ambitions, and workplace dynamics. These dreams tend to increase during periods of career transition or workplace stress. Authority figures in dreams often reflect your relationship with external authority and your own inner authority. These dreams can reveal power dynamics you're navigating and help you process workplace emotions that might be inappropriate to express directly. Some of the most puzzling dreams involve people you barely know, the barista from your local coffee shop, a neighbor you've spoken to once, or someone you follow on social media but have never met in person. These peripheral figures often represent recent impressions that your brain is processing, qualities you noticed in passing that resonated with current concerns, archetypal roles rather than specific individuals, or parts of yourself that feel distant or unfamiliar. A fascinating study from the University of Rome found that dreamers often assign greater significance to peripheral characters in dreams than close relationships, suggesting these figures may carry important symbolic meanings precisely because they're emotionally neutral. Recurring dreams about the same person often carry special significance. When your dreaming mind repeatedly brings someone forward, it suggests unfinished psychological business that deserves attention. Recurring dreams typically fall into several patterns: same person in similar scenarios, same person in evolving scenarios, same person appearing across different periods of your life, or the same person in wildly different dream contexts. When someone repeatedly appears in your dreams, your unconscious is essentially saying, "Pay attention to this. It's important." The repetition serves as an amplifier, highlighting the significance of what this person represents. Recurring dreams often point to psychological, stuck points, situations or emotions where normal processing has been interrupted. These could include trauma or difficult experiences associated with the person, ambivalent feelings you haven't fully acknowledged, developmental transitions connected to your relationship, unrecognized significance of the relationship, or identity elements embodied by the person that you haven't integrated. Clinical psychologist Dr. Leslie Ellis notes that recurring dreams often point to emotional material that hasn't been fully processed. When clients work with these dreams consciously, the dreams either resolve or transform into new patterns that reflect psychological growth. To truly understand why you dream about specific people, we need to look at what's happening in your brain during dreams. During REM sleep, when most vivid dreaming occurs, your brain operates differently than in waking consciousness. The prefrontal cortex shows reduced activity, the limbic system becomes highly active, the visual cortex activates almost as much as during waking, the default mode network remains active, and motor areas show activity despite muscle paralysis. This unique neurological state allows for connections between emotions, memories, and symbolic representations that might not occur during waking consciousness. A groundbreaking 2019 study found evidence that dreams help regulate emotional responses. Researchers discovered that during REM sleep, the amygdala communicates with other brain regions in ways that help process and integrate emotional experiences. Dr. Rosalind Cartwright proposed the emotion regulation function of dreaming. Her research with recently divorced individuals showed that those who dreamed about their ex-partners and processed related emotions in dreams adjusted better emotionally than those who didn't. This explains why we often dream about people during or after emotionally significant interactions. Dreams don't just process emotions, they also help consolidate memories, particularly those with social and emotional significance. When you dream about someone you know, your brain may be strengthening memory networks associated with that person, extracting patterns from your interactions with them, integrating new information about them with existing knowledge, and simulating social scenarios to prepare for future interactions. A 2017 study found that the brain regions activated during dreams about specific people overlap significantly with the social brain network, regions involved in social cognition and interpersonal understanding. This suggests dreams may serve as a form of social simulation and learning. Finnish neuroscientist Antti Raivanchuo proposed the threat simulation theory of dreaming, suggesting that dreams evolved to simulate threatening situations in a safe environment. This helps explain why we often dream about challenging interactions with people we know. If you've had conflict with someone or feel threatened by them in some way, dreaming about them allows your brain to rehearse responses and process potential outcomes without real-world consequences. Modern neuroscience understands dreaming as an associative process where neural networks activate based on emotional salience and pattern recognition. The people who appear in your dreams are often selected through associative chains. An emotion activates related neural networks. These networks connect to memories and experiences with similar emotional tones. People associated with those emotional states or scenarios become incorporated, and your dreaming mind weaves these elements into a narrative. This explains why you might dream about someone seemingly random. They may share subtle emotional or situational similarities with current concerns, even if you're not consciously aware of the connection. The neurochemical environment during REM sleep creates ideal conditions for emotional processing and memory reorganization. Acetylcholine levels increase dramatically, facilitating learning and memory. Serotonin and norepinephrine levels drop, reducing analytical thinking. Dopamine pathways activate, promoting associative thinking and creativity. Cortisol fluctuates, influencing emotional memory processing. This neurochemical bath allows your brain to process relationships and emotional experiences differently than during waking hours. With our foundation in psychology and neuroscience established, let's explore practical methods for interpreting dreams about people you know. The most fundamental tool for dream work is a dream journal. Research shows that people forget approximately 95% of their dreams within minutes of waking. Capturing dreams immediately upon waking preserves these valuable insights. For dreams about people you know, include who appeared in the dream, the setting and scenario, your emotions during the dream, their behavior and any dialogue, any unusual or prominent details, and your immediate associations upon waking. For interpreting dreams about people you know, I recommend the DRAW method: describe objectively, reflect on emotions, analyze associations, and wonder about application. First, describe the dream without interpretation. Next, examine the emotions the dream evoked. Emotions are often the most direct message from dreams. Then consider what this person represents to you beyond their literal identity. Finally, consider how this dream might apply to your current life. Another valuable technique is the relationship mirror technique, which specifically addresses dreams about people you know by exploring how they mirror aspects of yourself. List the most prominent characteristics of the person in your dream, then for each characteristic, ask, how does this quality exist within me? Consider how these qualities relate to current situations in your life, and look for the aha moment where the dream message becomes clear. A powerful technique for understanding why someone appears in your dreams is to engage in dialogue with them through active imagination, a method developed by Carl Jung. Find a quiet space and relax through deep breathing. Visualize the person from your dream sitting across from you. Mentally ask them, why are you in my dream? What message do you bring? Allow their response to arise spontaneously without editing. Continue the dialogue, following your curiosity, and write down the conversation afterward. Dream researcher Dr. Clara Hill found that dialoguing with dream figures often produces surprising insights because it accesses unconscious knowledge not available to your analytical mind. Dreams about people we know have fascinated humanity throughout history. Ancient cultures often viewed dreams as divine messages or visitations from spirits. The Egyptians believed dreams were communications from the gods, while the Greeks and Romans considered dreams prophetic messages requiring interpretation. In Chinese tradition, dreaming of someone could indicate their soul was visiting you during sleep. Native American traditions often viewed dreams as journeys to spiritual realms where encounters with others held significant meaning. Across cultures, dreams about the dead have held special significance. Many traditions believe these dreams represent actual communication with departed souls. While modern psychology typically interprets such dreams as processing grief and continuing bonds with the deceased, these cultural perspectives remind us that dreams about others have been considered meaningful throughout human history. Cultural context significantly influences how we interpret dreams about people we know. Western psychological traditions focus on internal symbolism and emotional processing, while Eastern approaches often emphasize spiritual connections and collective consciousness. Cultural differences in relationship norms also affect dream interpretation. Societies with different expectations around family, romance, and authority will interpret dreams about these relationships differently. Dreams about people we know offer valuable opportunities for personal growth when approached with curiosity and openness. These dreams can help us recognize projection patterns, when we attribute our own qualities to others, and reclaim disowned aspects of ourselves. They can illuminate relationship patterns by revealing our expectations, fears, and unmet needs in connections with others. They help us process grief and loss by continuing emotional bonds with those who are absent or deceased. And they support emotional healing by providing safe spaces to process difficult feelings. To incorporate dreams about people into your personal growth, start by developing dream literacy, the ability to recognize patterns and meanings in your dreams. View dream figures as both literal people in your life and symbolic representations of qualities or experiences. Look for recurring themes in dreams about different people that might reveal consistent patterns in how you relate to others. And consider how dream insights might translate into conscious action in your waking relationships. So what should you do the next time you dream about someone you know? First, capture the dream immediately upon waking. Note the details, emotions, and your immediate reactions. Consider the various possible meanings. Is this about your literal relationship with this person, what they represent symbolically, or both? Reflect on any message or insight the dream might offer about your current life situation. And if appropriate, consider whether the dream suggests any action regarding your relationship with this person. Your dreams about others are ultimately about you, your emotions, your perceptions, your growth. By paying attention to who appears in your dreams and approaching these visitations with curiosity rather than confusion, you open yourself to profound insights about your relationships, your identity, and your emotional life. Remember that the people in your dreams serve as mirrors, messengers, and guides from your own psyche. They appear not by random chance but as carefully selected representatives of emotional material that deserves your attention. By developing a relationship with your dreams and learning their unique language, you gain access to a powerful source of self-knowledge and growth. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of why you dream about people you know. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Leave a comment sharing your experience with dreams about people you know. I'd love to hear about your dream visitors and what insights they've brought you. Until next time, sweet dreams and even sweeter awakenings.